What's up guys, welcome to another pickups video, and I've got quite a lot of games to show you, mostly PlayStation stuff, but my collection has kind of grew quite a lot to a point where I'm forgetting what games I've shown on video, etc. So even though there's a lot to go through, I'm going to try to make it quick, and we're going to start off with the PS2 collection. So first off we got Myst 3, and I've always wanted to play these sort of Myst games, just never got round to it. I remember like the first one coming out on the PlayStation, when I first got a PlayStation, and I always wanted to try it, just never got round to buying it. I do like my adventure games, like point and clicks and that, and these always remind me of like a kind of artistic style of game. The cool thing about this one is you can have like rendered video, you got people talking to you in that, which is cool. I've not really played many of those style of games, but yeah, I'd like to try this out. I wonder why they stopped making these Myst games. Next up we got Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and believe it or not, I never played this one, even though I really liked Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, and I've never tried Snake Eater. I know it's a different kind of different in a way, there's like more to it, but it looks pretty good. And this was cheap, got this like a couple quid, £2 something. Condition is okay, it's a bit broken here, but it comes with everything. So I'm glad to have this in my collection, because I do want to complete my sort of Metal Gear Solid games. Next up we got Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, and I never knew this existed until my girlfriend spotted it. And this is basically a SNK fighter, similar to, you know, like your King of Fighters and that. But the cool thing about this is just like it's a mashup of all the SNK characters. It's got the Metal Slug characters in as fighting characters, so you can play as them. So if you're familiar with like those 2D style of fighters, then you'll probably like this game. I would recommend it if you're a fighting fan, because I've never seen this before when this came out. I think this was developed by Ignition Entertainment. And for those of you who don't know or have never played Capcom versus SNK 3, it's the same makers. I think this came out similar like time, or just a bit after. 2006 this came out. Even though Capcom vs SNK 3 was my least favourite Capcom vs SNK game, it's still fun. Same with this. The boss is a bastard though. Once you get to the boss, it's one of the cheapest bosses ever. Next up we got Breath of Fire. This is Breath of Fire 4 Dragon Quarter, and this is a 3D RPG, 3D JRPG by Capcom. A good series if you've never played Breath of Fire games. My favourite is number 3 for the PlayStation 1, and I think they re-brung it out for the PSP as well. But I've never played this one or any of the 3D Breath of Fire games. I think this is the only one. You can't really see it from there, but I'm looking forward to trying this. For the first time on PS2 comes a brand new Breath of Fire installment. This is in pristine condition as well, which is good. I think we got this for like £8. I was with my girlfriend when we got a lot of these PS2 games. Next up, Parappa Rapper 2. I only ever played the first one, and I really liked the first one. Got it on my PSP as well. But didn't know they had a number 2 for PlayStation 2. And this is like Parappa the Rapper was like one of my first like play of any type of rhythm game, I think. I was really young then when I played it, and it was cool. I liked it. Who's this done by again? It's actually done by Sony. I don't know why they never kind of made another one. This came with like a pretty cool poster. It's all in good condition. Just tells you, it's kind of like a manual, I guess, with nice artwork on it. I've kind of played through it, some of the career mode, and it is a bit different than the first one. I don't know, I think it's like a bit more simple than the first one, like you don't need to spam the buttons, but it's still fun. The tunes are still funny, kind of like weird and wacky, to be honest. But yeah, I want to do like a let's play of this, or play through the whole career mode at some point. Talking about rhythm games, I've also got, this is not really a rhythm game, this is more of a puzzle game. Pio Pop Fever. This was quite popular back in the mid 2000s. This is also on N-Gage, I believe. I think I had it on the N-Gage at one point. And basically your Bejeweled style or puzzle fighter style of game, matching 3 colours. It's done by Sonic Team and Sega. This came in good condition. Very cheap, only like £1. But just a fun little puzzle game, really. And next up we got MTV Music Generator 2. I was a big fan of the first MTV or first music generator game for the PS1. I think it was called Music 2000. It's done by Codemasters. Just a game where, I don't know if you call it a game, software where you can like create your own music using samples. If any of you are familiar with the EJ games, I used to play or used to make tunes on the hip hop EJ games on the PC back in the day, and it was all because of the music games. I really liked making my own tunes. Next up we got SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, and I really enjoyed the SmackDown games very early, like the ones for the PS1, SmackDown 1 and 2, and some of the early ones for the PS2. And my favourite thing to do in these games is like to create your own character and to play on career mode and that. So kind of cool to check this out again. Some of my favourite wrestlers like Kane, Rock. I want to like collect all of the older SmackDown games or wrestling games just for like nostalgia. Okay, we have Onimusha Dawn of Dreams, and I think this is the 4th installment of the Onimusha games. And I've never played this one. I've only ever played the first one and the second one. And this came in a nice condition. This actually looks pretty fun. I think this is more actiony than the other ones, because the kind of first Onimusha games, 1 and 2, they were very much like the Resident Evil style of games with the rendered background and the way you moved, just a bit more actiony. But it's, you know, it's an IP that Capcom should really carry on, like make a new one, because it's been a while since PS2. I think this is the last one in the series. They haven't made a new one. I don't know why, because these are pretty cool games. So yeah, that's Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. Next up we got Just Cause 1, the original one for the PS2. And I played a bit of this like when this first got released, and quite enjoyed Just Cause games. I think they only done like 1 and 2. The other one was for the previous gen, and they remind me of like a Far Cry game, really. My personal opinion, anyway. Just that you can do. It's like a mixture of Far Cry and Crackdown, I would say. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm looking forward to trying this out. It'll probably be outdated now, graphically wise anyway. Next up we got Conflict Desert Storm, and I was really into these Conflict games back when I had a Xbox and you can play like 4 players. That was like my favourite thing to do on these games, to play with my friends, and one of us would be like a sniper, heavy machine gunner, etc. And I think this is my most favourite one. This is the second one, I think. They made a couple of these. I think the latest one was Global Ops or something. I've never played it. But these are very fun co-op games. Simple third-person shooter. Kind of remind me of Hidden and Dangerous in a way. And yeah, glad to have this back in my collection. It was only like 75p, I think. Next up we got Turok Evolution. I think I played a little bit of this when it first came out ages ago. Not a great big fan of Turok games, but it was pretty cheap. I think I only liked the N64 one first came out. I did like that one. Played this one, I thought it was okay. Probably could have done it. I probably could have gave it more of a chance, I think. So I'm going to try this out at some point. Turok. And the last PS2 game we got 13, and I used to have this on the Xbox before I sold that and all of the games. This is like one of the early cell shaded games out there. It's a first person shooter, agent type stuff. Pretty cool game. I'd like to try this out again, see how well it's dated. That's it for my PS2 collection. On to PS3 next. Right, so here are the PS3 games that I got. First up we got Red Faction Armageddon. Never played any of the later Red Faction games, but I've heard like a lot of good things about these ones, and I think they bring one of these out for the PC or on Steam or something like that. Just your shooter, first person shooter that you can just destroy walls and that, based in space, Mars I think it was. THQ game, they're no more. I'm hoping to be able to play this. I think this one's co-op multiplayer. Hoping to do like a let's play of this at some point. Don't know if this one's the multiplayer, but also got Red Faction Guerrilla. This one came out before Armageddon. I'm not sure if this one was just multiplayer based, but when did this come out? 2009. This one came out in 2011. But yeah, these were dead cheap, so I'm glad to have these in my collection. Play them. 2 Red Faction games. I think that's the last one they did is Armageddon. I don't think they made any more. Next up we got Kingdom Hearts. This is the remix, 2.5 remix, and I already done like an unboxing of the special edition. I do like the steelbook case for it. Yet to play it because I don't have enough time. I'm playing a lot of other games. had to have this in my collection because I was missing number 2 anyway, for the PS2, and I didn't even have the HD remake of the first one, so I'm glad I waited. And yeah, I've got 1 and 2 remix, HD remix.